This is a walkthrough for our 2020 Alpha Wolf 27RK-L. We're going to start up front with the batteries located right here at the tongue of the trailer. Power to 12-volt accessories inside the unit. You have two 20-gallon propane cylinders on this unit with an automatic switchover regulator. This regulator has an indicator, a green indicator, to let you know that the tank that it's drawing from has propane in it. This indicator here shows you which side that tank is drawn from, whether it be right side, left side. Being an automatic switchover, this will allow you to, even though it's drawn from this tank, if this valve on this tank is open, once this tank runs out, it will automatically draw from this other tank. I recommend leaving this closed though, because if you leave it open, you could run yourself completely out of propane and not know it. But if you leave it facing one direction and leave the other tank closed, when you run out of propane, you'll realize your appliances aren't working anymore and you'll know you're out of propane. You have an electric tongue jack with a light, simple controls, your 7-way for your trailer, your safety chains, and your electronic cutaway, brake cutaway for emergencies. And then on the front here, you have the switch for docking lights. Some nice blue LED docking lights on the front of this unit. Coming over here, you have all your VIN, your tire inflation, your weight ratings, all located right here. And then you have access to this front storage compartment. And it has two lights inside the front storage compartment that you just, to turn on, turn off, you just reach to the middle of them and turn it off and turn it on. These two tools right here, one is used for your electric tongue jack in case of emergency or you don't have any battery and you need to get that tongue either up or down. You can use that manual crank on the top of it. There's a little pin or a little tab you pull off of it. Put that manual crank in there, crank it up, crank it down, whatever you need. The other one is for your slide out, same situation. In case you have an emergency, you need to get that slide closed. You can close that slide out. Right below that door is your first of 4 stabilizer jacks. These are stabilizer jacks, these are not leveling jacks. These are just meant to stabilize the unit from rocking back and forth once the unit is leveled. Over here, you have your city water, freshwater fill, and black tank flush. Your city water, if you hook a hose to the city water, you will have city water pressure in all your faucets. If you don't want to use city water, or you don't have the ability to use to stay hooked up to city water, you can fill your freshwater tank and use your water pump to get water from your faucets. This right here is your exterior shower for washing off your boots or your dog or whatever. And then here's your black tank flush. When you're dumping your sewage, I'd recommend hooking a hose to this. And once you've dumped your sewage, turn this hose on so it sprays out any extra leftover debris stuck in that tank. And then right here, you will see your first sewage outlet. The handle on the right is for the actual black tank sewage waste. And then the handle on the left is for the wastewater or gray tank. Moving past the slide here, you have your second sewage outlet, which this one is for the rear galley tank, just gray water tank. And then if you can see, right up here underneath the axle, it's going to be kind of hard to see because of the sunlight here, there's that little valve right there, back there. That's to drain your freshwater tank. So if your freshwater tank is full, you just flip that valve to the open position and drain that tank. Looking back over here, you have your 30 amp shore power receptacle for your 30 amp shore power cord. And you have some additional cable satellite hookups for exterior use. This right here is your refrigerator access panel to access the back of the refrigerator. There is a fan on the back of the refrigerator, so you might hear a little bit of wind noise coming out of this from time to time while the refrigerator is in use. This also has this tailgate storage system, which just folds down into a storage rack. In order to fold this down, you just come over here, you pull this pin, you pull this pin, and then you do that same thing on the other side, and this whole thing will come down. And once it's in that down position, you put this pin, and this hole will line up with these holes, and you put that pin right through, put that cotter key back in that pin, and you're safe for travel. You have another stabilizer jack on this side, right below your water heater. This is a gas and electric water heater. The gas option is inside the unit. The electric option will be outside the unit here. If you want this to be turned on electric, once you have this full of water and you have this anode rod put back in here, and you fill that with water, and you want to run this on electric, come out here, you'll flip that switch, and then you'll be running on electric. Make sure you have full water before you run on either gas or electric, otherwise you will damage this heating element and you will need a new water heater. And then right here, you have a LP quick connect for an exterior grill. If you ever purchase one, you can set it up right here. And then you have your exhaust vent for the furnace. Just be aware that that does get pretty warm, and when the furnace is on, it will be expelling some pretty hot gases. So just be aware. Right above that, you have your two exterior speakers. You have a TV mount, and then a cable TV hookup right here, and a GFI protected outlet. Moving over here to the front of the unit, you have your final stabilizer jack here. You have this leash latch for all your furry friends. Another access door to the front storage. This unit is pre-wired for a Furrion solar charger. If you would like to have one installed, it's already pre-wired for it. This unit is equipped with the MoRide steps, which are very convenient, very sturdy. To operate them, you will just open your door, make sure it's fully open so you don't catch nothing right here on the edge of it. And you just pick these steps right up. They come right up, and then they lock in place with this little blue latch here. And then to adjust the feet, you just pull these little pins out of it. And once you pull the pin out, you can pull the leg up or down, depending on how level or unlevel the ground is, because you want these steps to be pretty level. Put your pin back in, and you're ready to walk on the steps. Pull the steps down, you just pull this little pin out, grab the handle here, and just pull straight down, and then gently set them on the ground. Now, when you walk in the unit, first thing you're going to see is your control panel here. On this control panel, you have your slide out and awning buttons here. Push them in and out, extend, retract. You have the buttons for all your lighting inside the unit. And you also have your water heater and water pump connections or switches in here. You also have your tank readouts. It's for your gray tanks, your black tanks, and your fresh tanks. And your battery is also located up here too. This right here is your digital thermostat, which will power your AC, your furnace, and the fan. You want to leave it in the auto position for it to function correctly. Simple up and down arrows to adjust temperature. One thing that does happen occasionally is if you push both these buttons at the same time, it will switch it to Celsius. So if you see a number you're not used to, come over here, push both these buttons, and it'll switch back to Fahrenheit. Looking into the master bedroom here, you have the master bedroom with some storage cabinets. These mirrored cabinets have rods for hanging clothes in both cabinets. On both sides of the bed here, this side and the other side, you have a 110 outlet and 2 USB charging ports. Over here you have an emergency exit window. In case of emergency, you can exit this window. You just pull this tab down, pull this red handle out, push that window all the way out. Come over here, grab this red thing, pull the screen out, and you can safely exit. We're going to leave it in the storage position for now. You do have another outlet and cable hookup here in case you'd like to install a TV in here. You have a door to access the bathroom directly from the master bedroom, or you can come out and access it from the main bathroom door right here. Here's your standard toilet, sink with storage underneath, a cabinet or a mirror with storage behind, plenty of storage space in the unit. And then on the shower here, you just have this little rubber thing that holds these doors closed, and you just take that off, open the doors. Standard shower with a nice skylight for natural lighting. And then you have above your toilet here, you have your fan. Controls for the fan are right here. And then this right here will open and close the vent above the fan. Fire extinguisher is located right there, right by the entry door. Right over here is the entertainment center with some more storage, a TV mount, and some more USB charging receptacles. And then you have your radio with 2 zones. One zone for inside the unit, one zone for out, or both for both. Then you have your fireplace down here. Looking over here to the jackknife style couch. You just pick up on the bottom, pull it towards you. It flips down to a sleeping area. And then to put away, you just pick it up, push it back up, and it's a couch again. Over here to the dinette. This dinette also folds down into a sleeping area with lights above it. The light switch is right here. In order for this dinette to fold down into a sleeping area, you just pull this table right up and off there. Pull these legs out of the mounts in the bottom there. And this table just comes down to rest right here on both of these. And then you can adjust the cushions for sleeping. Then they have this nice pantry for extra storage. And right below your refrigerator here, you have your fuse panel, breaker panel, with all the fuses and breakers for the unit inside of it. And then you have your LP/carbon monoxide detector. This will beep if the battery, your 12-volt battery runs low. This will beep, letting you know that it needs more voltage to continue to monitor the air. So if you hear something beeping, it's probably this, and that means you need to charge your batteries. So onto the refrigerator. The controls for your refrigerator are right here. Simple on and off. And then if you like to run it on gas, you leave this off. If you leave it, push it in and run on auto, and it will always choose the easiest path, which is probably going to be electric. And these take quite some time to cool down, up to 8 hours to cool down. So don't be alarmed if it's taking a little while to cool. I recommend before you leave for your camping trip to turn your refrigerator on inside the unit and then close the unit up so that the whole time you're towing, that thing's starting to chill down for you. Over here you got some nice counter space, again with some more storage. You have your Furrion microwave right here. Then you have a Furrion hood range vent with a fan and a light. And then you have your cooktop here, which this just flips open and then flips up, and you're ready to start cooking. You have all your controls right here. You also have a light on here. And you just turn this to ignite. And if you have your burner on, you just turn this. This is your igniter. You have the nice farmhouse style sink with cover. Take the cover off. You can look inside the sink. A little more storage underneath the sink in this area here. And then you have your two Thomas Paine reclining chairs below your big window here. And then right there, last safety thing is your smoke detector. Make sure the batteries are up in the smoke detector. And that will conclude this walkthrough on this 2020 Alpha Wolf.